Open your storygraph and get a pen and paper. It's time to talk 2025 queer book releases. Hi, I'm Alex, this is Books and Paperbacks, and welcome to the video. This is the biggest video that I do every year, where I compile a list of books that are coming in the next year that are queer that you should know about. This is my personal list. I have 19 books to share with you. From January to May, there are so many queer books coming out. I have some YA, some middle grade, and of course adult romance. If you're interested in any of the books, the titles will be linked down below, as well as an affiliate link to purchase. Pre-orders are so important for not only marginalized authors, but especially debut. I work in publishing, so I know a little bit about how it works. And so if you can pre-order an author's book, I would highly suggest that. It helps support them a ton and they get to write more books. So if you want to pre-order any of the books that I mentioned today, using my link helps a ton. It is no extra cost to you, but it is going to help support my channel. So thank you from the bottom of my heart if you do. These videos take a lot of time and work, so if you want to support me, buy any of the books that I've mentioned by using my link, because you're supporting the author, you're getting a good book, and you get to support one of your favorite creators. So with that all being said, let's get into the books. Starting on January 14th is The In-Between Bookstore by Edward Underhill. I loved his YA debut, so I'm excited to read his adult debut. An almost 30-year-old trans man returns to the small town he was once desperate to leave, and makes a discovery that causes him to rethink all of his choices in life and love. His hometown bookstore is caught in a time loop, with his teenage self working behind the register. Edward Underhill is literally one of my favorite trans authors and writers, so I can't wait to read this. I'm so lucky that I have an e-arc of it, so I'm gonna devour that. That'll probably be a January read. This one is for the queer and trans folks trying to make sense of home, for the book nerds, for the ones who got hit by a big ol' Saturn return, and for everyone who's ever wondered what their life would be like if they had a chance to go back, take a bigger, braver risk. Phenomenal. I cannot wait to read this book, and the cover, stunning. On January 21st is The Proposal by Sonora Reyes, and I just have to read you what the book is about, because as soon as I read it, I was immediately sold. Meet the two grooms-to-be, Han and Kenny, two best friends who decide to enter a marriage of convenience so Han can get a citizenship. While everyone in their lives thinks they're perfect for each other, they are the only ones who don't see it and unexpectedly fall in love. That is all the vibes I'm looking for. That sounds so fantastic. Oh my god, it sounds so good. I love it. Get ready for lighthearted and amusing details like Halloween drag ball and a dressed up fake cactus named Thornelius. Sonora also explores themes like what it means to be queer, Latinx, undocumented, and neurodivergent. A rom-drom at its finest. Another book releasing on January 21st is also an adult romance, The Relationship Mechanic by Carmen Lee. She's the author of The 7-10 Split, which is a book that I need to get to this month. It has lesbian romance, hot mechanics, banter galore, and small progressive towns. There's no fix to a lonely heart like a little TLC. Jessica Jayon Miller came to Peach Blossom, Georgia for a visit, not a breakdown. But when her rental car dies on the outskirts of town, mechanic Lavina Vinnie Williams provides a tow and a very welcome jumpstart to Jessica's heart. It's been a minute since Jessica's last fling, her relationship specialty, and Vinnie checks all the right boxes. If only this sexy car whisperer seemed interested. Vinnie knows herself and what she wants. She loves her job, her family, her hometown, but she'd love to fall in love. Jessica stirs up all the right feelings, but the city girl has no intention of staying at Peach Blossom. Why sign up for a broken heart? But the temptation is real as Vinnie goes out of her way to drive a carless Jessica around town. The pair can't seem to keep their distance or their hands to themselves. With only 6 weeks to figure out where their red-hot chemistry might lead, Vinnie and Jessica will have to decide if home can be where the heart is, when the heart only knows how to run. I love all the puns, the mechanic puns, and I feel like we don't see mechanics very often, so I'm super excited for this one. She also has another coming out in August. It's called The Secret Crush Book Club, What a stunning cover. This apparently is a series called Peach Blossom, and I believe it's just different storylines set in this world that she created. On the 28th, there are 2 books coming out. It's a love-skate relationship by Carly J. Corson. I have been eyeing this up for a while. It's a sapphic enemies to lovers between a hot-headed hockey player and the ice princess at the figure skating next door. An unlikely match? Or a likely match. That sounds so fun. I do love a good go figure moment. And yes, there are multiple hockey books coming out this year that are queer, so if you like that, keep watching because I have so many for you. I have so many. And the way publishing works is the trends end up dying. I know hockey romance are really popular right now. Don't even get me started because I am a big hockey fan and I just cannot read them because I just think about all the inaccuracies and it's genuinely not a fun experience for me. But I have put people on this list who know their hockey. So these are books that I would actually read. If you know, you know. And last for January is recommended reading by Paul Katya. In this opposites attract YA rom-com inspired by Emma, a failed romantic gesture puts a damper on a queer teen bookseller's summer of book matching and matchmaking until a handsome lifeguard and a romance skeptic waltzes into his bookstore. Sometimes you get a second chance at happily ever after when you least expect it. First off, this cover is so cute and it just sounds adorable. This sounds so fun. There's so many book-related books that are on this list. I didn't even realize until just now, but that sounds so interesting of a book matchmaker. I know that there kind of is a thing like that. There's that TBR service by Book Riot, but what an awesome job that would be. For February, I only have 1 book and it's about hockey. B. Mullins Takes a Shot by Emily Dubert. This is a middle grade about a 7th grader who is forced to join her school's hockey team, but she discovers an unexpected friendship and budding romance on the team captain. How adorable. This is why I love middle grade, but also, like I said, I'm so happy with all of the hockey books that are coming out. Of course, as a hockey lover, I am so happy that hockey is getting its moment right now and that more people are learning about it. However, I think people are just more so reading about it than watching the game, but that's a whole different discussion for not this video. Speaking of sports, in March, there are 2 books and they're sports related. Futbolista by Johnny Garzavia, a classmate, friends to lovers romance that's equal parts raunchy, heartfelt, queer, Mexican-American about college football, but the real football. But y'all, this is the one I'm really excited about. I need to tell you about this. Shoot Your Shot by Lexi LaFleur Brown. Lexi, if you don't know, she is the wife of JT Brown, a former NHL player, and she is amazing on TikTok. I will link her down below. If you just want to know more about hockey and how the NHL works, she is spilling all of the beans and just talking about what really goes on. And I really enjoy that because she talks about it from the perspective of a wife, and I really enjoy learning about how everything works. But she got started on TikTok by reading hockey romances and debunking the hockey and just talking about the inaccuracies, and that is literally everything I could have ever dreamed for, so thank you, Lexi, for your service. But she ended up writing her own romance. She's also queer, and I just fucking love her. She's so great. This book is for me, and I'm so happy because I finally get to read a book where the hockey is going to be accurate. Thank you so much, Lexi. And thank you to the publisher because they sent me an ER. Well, I was approved on NetGalley, but same thing. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this, and I didn't even tell you what it's about. What starts as an agreement to trade favors, a good luck text for an appearance at a charity event, or well wishes in exchange for Prime game tickets, quickly turns into sizzling chemistry that's too delicious not to give in. But Lucy's been in too many situationships to even think about getting attached again, and Jalen is clearly only with Lucy as long as it's helping his career. Neither of them expecting getting lucky could be so complicated. It's actually funny because I didn't realize realized that she did name her characters similar to her and JT, but that's really funny. Their story is really sweet and I just fucking love her, so definitely go over to her TikTok if that's your kind of thing. It's my kind of thing, so if you're a hockey fan like me and you feel the pain of reading hockey romances that are so inaccurate that it makes you want to throw the book, just an example. I'm just so happy about this. Moving over to April, on April 8th is I Love You S'more by Oriane Desambre. This is a sapphic rivals to lovers story about two camp counselors who find an unexpected romance during their summer. This sounds really cute and I always love a camp setting. On April 15th is The Influencers by Anna Marie McLemore. I was kindly sent an R from Katie over at the Dial Press. Thank you, Katie. I am so hyped for this. I cannot wait to read this. Let me just tell you what it's about. A social media influencer's empire is burned to the ground, literally. The top suspects, the 5 daughters who made her famous. This is going to talk all about child stars and influencers. It is a mystery thriller. I cannot wait, especially because this is a topic I am so passionate about. I hate seeing kids on TikTok and YouTube and it infuriates me so much. And just reading stories about how kids were treated on family vlogs, it disgusts me to no end. So of course, I'm super excited to read this one. On the 22nd, there are 2 books. This book is on this list purely because of the cover. I think the cover is stunning and amazing. Booksmart meets Phantom of the Megaplex in Zakia and Jamal's debut, enthralling enemies to lovers queer romance set against the backdrop of a historic Black-owned movie theater, the quirky employees who work there, and the suburbs of Long Island. Pick it up. Pre-order it right now because that sounds fantastic. And Bridget Morrissey has an adult romance coming out. Anywhere You Go. It is about a small town waitress and a big city Broadway press agent who swap homes to escape the messiness of their personal lives, only to find new purpose and new love. I may be getting a physical copy of this, so we'll see. But anyway, I'm so excited. This sounds so good. And this is not the only waitress book that I have on this list. Wrapping up April on the 27th is a middle grade, Going Overboard by Carolyn Huntoon. They wrote this book and I am really excited for another title from them. This is a reverse Parent Trap story where tweens Piper and Colton must force their parents to break up or their lives will change forever. I love that. Just having a queer Parent Trap story sounds so good. The author is non-binary and there will be non-binary rep in the book. And last is May, my birth month. On May 6th is All Is Fair in Love and Field Hockey by Kit Rosewater. I included this because I don't see many field hockey books. I love ice hockey, but I love any type of hockey, and so I wanted to add this for the representation of field hockey. It is about a high school field hockey star who must choose between her love of the game and her new, beautifully distracting rival. It is a queer YA romance and that just sounds so fun. And like I said, it's nice to see field hockey being represented. On the 13th is an adult romance, Dream On, Ramona Riley by Ashley Herring Blake. And this is about a waitress. A small town waitress and a Hollywood star's worlds collide in this new romance. I have not read anything from Ashley Herring Blake's adult romance series, and that is on me. I have an e-arc of this, so maybe I need to just do a video where I read all of her books? Are we down for that? Because if so, I'll do it. That would be fun. Maybe I'll do that. Once upon a time, Ramona Riley was a student at a prestigious art school with dreams of landing in Hollywood as a costume designer to the stars. But after her father's car accident, she had to quit and return to her small New Hampshire town to help take care of her younger sister. 12 years later, Ramona is still working at the town's cafe. But when a big budget romantic comedy comes to Clover Lake to film, she wonders if this could be her chance. There's only one problem: Dylan Monroe, her first kiss, and Hollywood's favorite wild child, is the star. I need some popcorn for that because it sounds like it's about to get messy. It also sounds like it's probably going to be really sweet because Ashley Herring Blake is just amazing. She's the queen. Also on the 13th is A Sharp Endless Mind by Marissa Crane. Totally forgot that I was sent this by Dial Press. Thanks again, Katie, for sending this over. It's pitched as nostalgic romantic fiction. Think Call Me By Your Name meets Love and Basketball. A propulsive and nostalgic coming-of-age novel about the relationship between two teammates on a rural high school basketball team. They're the author of I Keep My Exoskeletons to Myself. The 20th is Edward Underhill's second book. It's a YA rom-com. In case you read this, he says, in this book you'll find a T for T romance featuring two trans boys, absolutely chaotic friend group, everyone is gay except Liam, quirky small town versus big exciting city, one epic misconnection, everyone loves this one weird band, growing up is hard, family drama, birding Saturday. He said, this is probably my funniest, most chaotic book. I love that. And yet it also gave me a chance to write some gnarly complex feelings that don't have easy answers. And now I'm down to the final two books. And they were roommates by Paige Powers. On his first day at Valentine Academy for Boys, romance is the last thing on Charlie's mind until he's assigned the worst roommate in the world, possibly the universe. Jasper Grimes, the boy who broke his heart the year before he transitioned. Except Jasper doesn't recognize Charlie, so what could go wrong? Oh my god, this sounds so fun, and they said it's hilarious and unputdownable, so I'm super stoked for this one. And the final book is Disappointment Me by Nicole Dinnan. It is a voice-driven coming-of-age story. After a rough tumble and maybe serious head injury, a disillusioned trans poet falls for a charming corporate lawyer in a love story that grapples with the explosive ghosts of relationships past, romantic, and familial. And it was pitched to me as, fell down the stairs and woke up a trad wife. Dude, a trans poet falling into the arms of a lawyer sounds so fun. The queer books are so fun this year. I hope you enjoyed my list. That's it. That's everything. Those are all the 19 books. However, this is just the first half of the year, so I will see you in maybe March or April to share the rest of them. Let me know yours in the comments, or if any of these are on your radar now. Leaving a comment and a like on the video really helps me out. It lets more people know about my channel, and now more people know about queer releases for 2025. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Alex. This is Books and Paperbacks, where I love to shout about queer and trans books, so if that's something you're into, feel free to hit subscribe. I would love to have you over here. If you want to watch more of my content, here's my last video, and I'll link a book rec video. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video very soon. Bye.